Welcome to my All Soaps Update channel, everyone. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Please like this video and subscribe before we start. October 2nd, 2025, Thursday. On The Bold and the Beautiful today, Katie defies Bill's requests, Carter and Hope emotionally break their engagement, and Daphne is there to pick up the pieces. Editors pick all of the products and services that are shown. However, Soaps.com may receive a part of sales made through its retail connections, and the merchant may get specific data that can be evaluated for accounting purposes. Carter informs Hope that she should get married that same day at Forrester. Brooke notifies Ridge right then and there that her daughter's heart is being attracted back to Liam. Ridge, who has no idea what he's talking about and sounds like a gigantic hypocrite, makes fun of Hope for being split between two people. Related story. Bold and Beautiful twist leaves fans apoplectic. They want us to suspend all brain functioning. Katie comes in and Brooke announces that hope for the future has been restored. Katie's reply is horrible. She has larger news, it turns out, and it includes Steffi. At Brooke's house, Liam is mooning over Hope when Beth appears in her costume for the daddy-daughter dance. He gushes that she's stunning. Just like your mother. Beth begs her dad to ask her mother to come, so Liam types a text. The child worries about Hope and Carter getting married. Liam promises her they'll cherish her even if they're not together. They decide to start the dancing celebration. At Illinois Giardino, business is bustling. The bartender reveals to Daphne that Deacon's opened up open mic night again for the first time since Tom's death. Daphne texts Carter to see if he wants to join her if he doesn't make arrangements with Hope. At Forrester, Hope pushes Carter off by arguing they should probably do some planning before getting married. Unrelenting, he continues, "Let's do some planning then." Hope then gets a text from Liam and Carter realizes she wants to be with him and Beth tonight. The situation turns a touch uncomfortable as Carter points out it's a daddy-daughter dance and she's not exactly compelled. Reverting to good guy mode, he urges her to go and be with her family. He goes on about the memories they'll construct and how privileged Beth is to have them as parents. Accepting the inevitable, Carter adds that it's apparent now. Give your daughter what she wants. Give her her parents back. That's what's in your heart. Hope cries as he removes her engagement ring, kisses her, and whispers, "Goodbye." At Brooke's apartment, Liam set out punch, cookies, and balloons, much to Beth's pleasure. But she's still hooked on her mother getting it there in time for sunset. Soon, they get to dancing. When the frenetic song is done, they peacefully dance. Hope comes in and joins her family. Liam discovers Hope isn't wearing her engagement ring and chuckles erupt. At Illinois Giardino, Daphne is crooning on the open mic when Carter walks in. He's clearly captivated by witnessing her perform and sits to observe. Daphne spots him and he smiles. After, Daphne joins Carter, who tells her she was right about everything. "I'm just a loser in love." Daphne touches his hand thinking, "Are you?" At Forrester, Katie tells a stunned Brooke and Ridge, despite Bill's desires since Steffi deserves to know, that Luna is alive. And as the night deepened, stars beginning to scatter across the Los Angeles sky like shards of broken glass, the drama only intensified because Steffi's confrontation with Bill, though explosive, was only the beginning of a night none of them would ever forget, for in the heated silence that followed their shouting, the door creaked open and Katie herself entered, her face pale but resolute, ignoring the icy glares from Bill, who barked that she had betrayed him, that she had stabbed him in the back, yet Katie, though her voice trembled, stood her ground, declaring that she would not be complicit in his darkness, that she would not let Luna be buried alive in secrecy while her family lived in fear, and Steffi, hearing those words, realized that though she had often clashed with Katie, tonight they were allies in truth, bound by their refusal to be silenced, and while Bill slammed his fists on the desk, rattling the framed photos of his sons, his rage masking the flicker of doubt. Gnawing at him, Steffi demanded to see Luna with her own eyes, forcing Bill to relent, if only to prove that he still held the upper hand, so the group moved like a storm up the private elevator, security in tow, and when the doors opened to the secluded wing where Luna was kept, the young woman sat on her bed in calculated stillness, her long dark hair cascading over her shoulders, eyes wide with a concoction of fear and defiance. And when Steffi's gaze met hers, It was as though time fractured, memories of betrayal, grief, and near-death flooding back into Steffi's mind, the rage nearly buckling her knees, yet she held firm, demanding answers. Why Luna had done what she had done, why she continued to wreak havoc, and Luna, lips curling into the faintest of smirks, simply whispered that chaos was in her blood, that the Forrester name had stolen her future and now she would dismantle theirs piece by piece. Her voice like venom laced with honey, and though Bill tried to silence her, Steffi refused, insisting she had the right to hear every twisted word, every poisonous truth. But before the confrontation could escalate further, Finn arrived, breathless, having followed her trail, and the sight of his daughter alive, frail yet burning with malice, hit him like a tidal wave, his doctor's heart battling with his husband's loyalty, for he saw the pallor in her cheeks, the calculated tremors in her hands. Signs of an illness either genuine or manufactured. And when Luna whispered that she was dying, that she needed him, Finn's instincts flared, though Steffi gripped his arm, hissing that it was a trap, that he couldn't fall for her lies. But Finn, torn, whispered back that a doctor never turns his back on life, and the tension between them deepened, cracks forming in the fortress of their marriage, exactly as Luna intended, her eyes gleaming with satisfaction despite her apparent weakness. And in the corner Katie watched it all unfold, her heart breaking. Because she saw history repeating itself. The way Bill's obsession with control had once torn her apart, now mirrored in Finn and Steffi's struggle over how to handle Luna, and Katie realized that Luna's mere existence had become the match threatening to ignite every fragile bond in this family. While back at Brooke's house, Hope lingered in Liam's arms after the dance, the atmosphere heavy with unspoken confession. And though Beth's laughter filled the room like bells, the adults were drowning in silence, until finally Liam whispered that he still loved her, that he had never stopped, that no matter what had happened with Carter, with Thomas, with all the others, his heart had always belonged to her, and Hope's eyes welled with tears, because she had spent so long pretending otherwise. But tonight, stripped of the ring, surrounded by the memories of their daughter's joy, she could no longer deny it, and yet even as their lips hovered inches apart, she pulled back, trembling, insisting that love was not enough, that they had destroyed each other too many times, and Liam, desperate, swore that this time would be different, that he would fight for her and for Beth until his last breath. But Hope, conflicted, turned away, staring out at the night sky as if it might deliver answers, and far away at Illinois Giardino, Carter sat with Daphne after her performance, her laughter like balm to his bruised ego, though the ache of loss still pulsed in his chest. And when she told him he wasn't a loser in love, that maybe he was simply waiting for the right woman to match his strength, Carter couldn't help but smile faintly, asking if she was volunteering for the job, and Daphne, bold and fearless, squeezed his hand, whispering that maybe she was, sparking something new, something dangerous, because Carter, though